with Mrs. Kaler, leader of the St. Johns County 4-H Marine Science Club, also known as Team Swordfish, and I'll be interviewing her today about this leatherback turtle nest. Hi, Mrs. Kaler. So, how are you able to adopt this turtle nest for the Marine Science Club?
The Friends of the GTM-NER Guanatolamato-Matanzas National Estuarine Research Reserve have a program to support the turtles and the turtle monitoring, and individuals or groups can adopt a particular nest. Then they get some information on the type of the turtle and periodic reports on how it's doing, if it has any problems, and when it hatches. So we hope to come out here when it hatches, 3 days later anyway, to see them count the number of eggs that were successful and those that weren't.
It's great. I think many people do want to learn about how to protect sea turtle nests. So what are the Marine Science Club members' specific responsibilities for the leatherback nest?
Well, their job is to provide financial support, which we did, and then to learn a little bit about the kind of nest, and this is a leatherback nest, which is very rare in this area. And then we have the opportunity to come and observe when they do a survey of the nest.
Wow. I think it's a great educational experience for us. Are leatherback sea turtle nests very common along the Florida coast? Or?
No, of the three turtles that commonly nest here, the loggerhead, most common, then green, and then least common is the leatherback.
So how many turtle eggs can we expect to hatch from this nest?
Well, they certainly range. They range by the individual turtle and also by the whether it's late in the season or early in the season. But we could hope to have 100, 110, somewhere in that range.
That's a lot of eggs. So what environmental factors help to determine if the hatchlings are male or female?
Well, one factor, and that factor is temperature. The warmer the temperature during the period when they're in the ground determines, well, the warmer the temperature, the more females will hatch.
I heard that's the reverse for alligators.
Yes.
By the way, what is the Latin name for the leatherback sea turtle?
I don't know.
Oh.
Something another tudinous.
Oh, Dermocles coracia.
Dermocles coracia. Now
yeah.
I know.
I think the dermo might refer to their skin.
Yes, the leatherback is different than other sea turtles. The other sea turtles have a hard shell, but the leatherback has a soft leather-like shell, hence the name leatherback.
So what do turtle hatchlings eat on their swim to the Sargasso Sea?
Well, green turtles are the only hatchlings that are primarily herbivores. They eat plants, seaweed, etc. But the other sea turtles, including our leatherback, eat primarily small crustaceans.
So, are these turtle tracks leading up to the nest?
Yes, they are. Because the farther track is shorter than the track that's closer to us. That's where the turtle came in when the tide was at that level. The other kind of nest that we have here, and that's much more rare, is the leatherback. And you can tell the difference because the tracks are much wider. And we're going to look at a leatherback nest soon, and we'll see that the nest is a much bigger area.
I've read that leatherbacks are even more endangered than other sea turtle species. What environmental threats do you think are causing their population to decrease?
Well, primarily two environmental factors, and well, I'll say three. One is loss of habitat as we continue to build along the shores. Second is the plastic bags that they ingest, and then it blocks their digestive system and they slowly starve.
They must mistake those for jellyfish.
They do indeed, exactly. And then the third is predation, predators eating the eggs in the nest, and that could be humans harvesting them for profit in some sections of the world, also dogs that are not on leashes, foxes, etc.
Yeah, we shouldn't disrupt sea turtle nests. The hatchlings got enough problems to deal with.
They say that about 1 in 1,000 hatchlings will survive to adulthood.
Wow. What can concerned Florida residents do to help sea turtles?
Well, one is to support the sea turtles by adopting a nest. That's very helpful. Second is to clean up trash after themselves on the beach. Picking up plastic bags, the 6 rings, plastic rings that are around the tops of drink cans, and the helium balloons are also very attractive. They look like a different kind of jellyfish, and they can be consumed by sea turtles.
I've heard of a washback program. Do you know anything about that program?
Yes, that is for smaller sea turtles that get washed back with the rack, the so-called rack line, which is at the top of the tide line, the highest the tide went that day. And there'll be a lot of seaweed, seagrasses, etc. And you might find a small sea turtle in that. And then, of course, you would want to pick that up and take that to a rehabilitation place for turtles and to make it stronger and then release it.
Sounds great. I'm glad we can help to increase the sea turtle population.
Yes, indeed. And you're doing this right now by bringing more publicity to the plight of the sea turtles.
More awareness.
Exactly.
Right. Well, it's a nice interview, Mrs. Kaler.
Thank you very much, Cybill.
Go Swordfish! We're here at our adopted leatherback sea turtle nest. I received a call from Mrs. Kaler that our eggs have apparently hatched. I can see a few indents in the sand inside the nest. Hope all the eggs made it out all right, both last night and tonight. On Wednesday, we're going to excavate the nest and see all the eggs that hatched successfully and the eggs that haven't hatched. Hopefully no predators get to the unhatched eggs.
That's pretty close, yep. 27. Maybe 26, 25, 27, but the bottom will be down at least 27.
So, are you two trained and certified, or how does that work?
We're volunteers and we go to training and workshop every year, yeah. And
Okay.
this is our 5th year doing it. So.
And
Do you get more confident every year you
We did find the clutch on this one. They're hard to find. That was fun. That was fun.
Looks dried out.
Is it about time for them to hatch, or is it a week, month? It's time for them to hatch. They're a little past
What about that?
Yeah.
What?
Space your eggs.
Yeah.
I like your shirt. It's the Turtle Patrol.
Oh, thank you.
Real ones, fertilize
Oh, it's beautiful.
Blue he is.
Oh my gosh. And Can you tell, is it a leatherback?
Yeah. See,
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh,
she's
wow.
got two big flippers.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's really big.
So they start.
He makes it.
28.
So 28 hatched ones out of a nest for a leatherback is pretty good.
Wow.
Up here where we don't get many leatherbacks, they do better in South Florida.
Caleb,
What's your razor blade?
I could keep them really hungry.
if we had a dead turtle, we would take a flipper, and that's what the razor blade is for. But it works really well on the egg.
Huge.
Now, do these have any chance of hatching?
Well, probably not, but we're going to give them a chance.
Right.
These are the 5 that look like they had an outside chance, so we're going to be especially careful putting them back in. And, you know, they probably won't, and we'll really never know one way or the other because it's unlikely that anybody would see 5 individual ones at some point in time.
I don't know if there's an age limit, but you can find out. You can, there are permit holders. Janet works, she may even be the permit of it. They've sectioned off the beach. This part of the beach, we're part of the GTM. So you could call over there and see if you could volunteer. You have to take every year they give a training session down at Marineland, the Fish and Wildlife, Florida Fish and Wildlife.
I'm afraid it's sooner than
Who
that.
run the program, and they're the ones who the data goes into, and they're also run the training. So you have to take the training and get on a permit. You know, find out somebody who wants some help, and then you can go out and probably be willing to work weekends. 'Cause those are the days that, like we have every Wednesday.
But it looks like a lot of fun.
It is. It is. I mean, it's very gratifying. Yes, it's just cool. It really is. Yeah, like we're from Ohio. We don't have anything like this, like this here. And most of the beaches, I guess it depends on where you are. Some of the beaches are walking beaches up in Palm Beach. We do get to ride on that.
Oh, sounds fun.
There he is.
Oh, he's wiggling around.
So yeah, he's moving.
It's a
There he goes. See, he's moving now.
Thanks for digging me out of that place.
Yeah. Did everybody
Look at that. He's very
look how long his
Well, they
his
say
front
sometimes,
flippers are.
if I'm right, they say they get tired trying to get up through all the shell casings, you know, the empty shell casings, and they just quit.
Yeah.
We will find love at the bottom of the sea. Unbelievable, inconceivable, fantastic it will seem, but we'll be the first, the very first, to live such a strange new dream. There will be lost and free on our voyage to the bottom of the sea. On our voyage to the bottom